1, go. Hello everyone, this is Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. Wednesday night college basketball action. We're going to take a look at the Mountain West Conference. Many consider this to be the second best conference overall in the entire nation behind the Big Ten Conference. We highlighted the Indiana Hoosiers and Wisconsin Badgers. We fell short in that one as Wisconsin won for the 11th consecutive time over Indiana. Going to look to bounce back here with the UNLV Running Rebels versus the San Diego State Aztecs at Viejas Arena in Southern California. Aztecs opened up as 4.5-point home favorites. That has moved to 5 in the entire market just before shooting here on early Wednesday morning from Las Vegas, while the total has also dropped from 135 to 134. When looking at the road team, UNLV is coming off a 76-71 overtime win over the Air Force Falcons as 13.5-point home favorites. I think they're a bit disappointed and came out a little lackluster after their loss when they traveled to the pit and lost to New Mexico the game before. And that game really came down to the amount of free throws that the Lobos shot over the Running Rebels. So look for Dave Rice, the head coach of UNLV, to really get on the referees early and often in this one when going on the road. They have lost their last 2 trips away from Sin City. That includes a loss to the UNC Tar Heels in Chapel Hill. Both of those games went under against New Mexico and also against UNC. Offensively, this team is led by Anthony Bennett. He averages 19.6 points per game. That figure ranks first nationally among all freshmen in the country. But their woes have really been from the charity stripe, and Bennett hasn't been too hot from that area as well. The Running Rebels shooting 65.3% in the last 5 games from the free throw line. That doesn't measure up to their 70.6 mark for the entire season. I don't expect that figure to go up any higher in this one going into a very hostile environment. San Diego State, they've won 3 games in a row, including a 79-72 overtime win over the Colorado State Rams, who figure to be one of the main contenders to walk away with the regular season title in the Mountain West Conference. That game was as 5.5-point home favorites. Their only 2 losses on the entire year were against teams that have been ranked in the top 5 nationally this season, against Arizona and also against Syracuse. Both those games on a neutral floor. They played Arizona in the Hawaiian Islands, and they also hosted Syracuse in San Diego Harbor on an aircraft carrier. That was the season opener, so you can really excuse those victories. This team very well could be undefeated coming into this one. 9 of 11 winners in the series against the Running Rebels. The only 2 losses in that span in this series have come on the road. They've held the Rebels to 40.9% shooting in the last 11 meetings in the series, and I expect that to keep up with head coach Steve Fisher still on the sidelines for San Diego State. I'm going to go with the under here. The Rebels have fallen short of the total in 12 of their last 15 games when facing a team that allows 64 points or less after the 15th game mark or out in a particular season. That basically comes in conference play, conference tournament, and also the NCAA tournament. So my official pick on this play is under 134. This has been Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. For any further information, especially this game, due to the fact that I do live in Las Vegas, you can follow me on Twitter at Jeff Grant Sports. Cut.